At this point, I'm honestly convinced that a lot of homeowners are going to lose their homes in the next couple of years, and here is why. I'm a real estate agent in California, and for the past 3 to 6 months, most of the listing appointments I had were from people that purchased the property within the last 3 years, and now they are forced to sell because they cannot afford to pay the mortgage.
Yeah, and so the struggles of the working class continues, right, fellas? Yesterday's video was about the eviction of renters, but it turns out that not even homeowners, right? Not even homeowners are safe. It seems like it was a joke when they were saying in 2030 that you own nothing and be happy. But we're slow walking to that, right?
Property taxes increased, and also the insurance increased drastically, increasing their monthly payment sometimes by 20-25%. Now, considering that everything is so expensive and the interest rates have been high, a lot of these buyers were forced to go up to their debt to income ratio for up to 45 to 50% of their income in order to qualify for their house. And even if their income did not change in a negative way, they're spending so much more money on basic necessities like food, gas, electricity, just day-to-day stuff that with the increase in their mortgage and their payment, their monthly payment, makes it almost impossible for them to be able to afford keeping that house. I wonder what's happening, but the signs are not good, and I will not be shocked if I see tons of more listings coming on the market just because people can't afford to keep those.
Yeah, so is this the start of the great wealth transfer? You know how the saying goes, right? Like one man's misfortune is another man's opportunity. Or did I just make that up? I don't know. But y'all let me know, comment down below. Like, are you just waiting on the sidelines? Are you a renter waiting on the sidelines to jump in on like some good deals? Also, if you're a homeowner, like how are you doing? How are you faring with like the hidden expenses of home ownership? Y'all let us know down in the comments below. We're gonna keep this video playing for y'all. Oh, and speaking about the you own nothing and be happy, what do y'all have to say about this next clip?
This great reset is as serious and as dangerous a threat to our prosperity, to your prosperity and your freedom, as we have faced in decades. In a few short years, yes, their words, you will own nothing and you will be happy.
Now is the historical moment, the time, not only to fight severe virus, but to shape the system.
We have a unique but rapidly shrinking window of opportunity to learn lessons and reset ourselves on a more sustainable path. It is an opportunity we have never had before and may never have again. So we must use all the levers we have at our disposal.
Wow. Yeah, this is obviously just a conspiracy theory, right, guys? You know, the only part I don't get is how we're supposed to be happy. But I guess they did say that we better prepare for an angrier world, right, fellas? You must prepare for an angrier world. Meanwhile, the delinquencies are at an all-time high, as you'll see in the next clip.
Snapshot tonight from Equifax Canada of the financial pinch Canadians are facing and the growing number missing repayments. Nationally, mortgage delinquency rates rose 52.3% in the last quarter of 2023, more in BC and Ontario, where house prices are higher. Delinquency rates for non-mortgages, including credit cards, rose almost 30%. High interest rates and inflation are being blamed for the surge. The financial picture comes on the eve of the Bank of Canada's next interest rate decision tomorrow. The central bank is widely expected to hold at 5%.
Wow. Meanwhile, the CRA are having none of it. As you'll see in the next clip, one woman, she had her entire account just completely emptied. Way blindsided by it with no answer from the CRA. Nobody could have answers for her.
You won't believe what just happened to a client of mine. Yesterday she walks in and says, like, my bank accounts are frozen and the CRA garnished, took her money, every single penny that was in that account. So we're like, okay, she doesn't really owe any money on her personal side. She just hasn't had a business since 2019. So I called the CRA, and 4 departments later,
Sounds about
we
right.
are confused.
You can never get a hold of anybody.
Because I called the personal department, they're confused. I called the business department, they're confused.
Yeah,
I
sounds
called
right.
the collection department, they're confused.
Sounds about right.
And then they send me to a different collection department within the CRA, and they're super confused.
Of course.
So we're all trying to figure out, how is this garnishment here and why? So the last person says, well, I have to call the fifth department, which is a different department within the collection
Unreal.
agency within CRA.
An agency within an
Everything is
agency.
today.
Inception.
So I'm interested to see, like, where is this garnishment and
What
order
sorcery is this?
comes in, because they can't see it, they can't find it, yet they went in and took her money. We did figure out that CRA has gone to, like, it was her 2019 HST. But listen to this one. She closed her business in 2019. There was no activity. It was filed nil. There's nothing, like, CRA knows. They closed the account. But somehow they revived this, like, closed account.
Yeah, just revive it so they can suck that money out, right? I mean, while everybody keeps saying, start your own business, you know? Don't work for the man. I'm just going to go ahead and say, like, owning your own business is not for the faint of heart. Trust me. I know. I do know. It is one of, like, the fastest ways that you can completely ruin your life, right? Yeah, especially if you go in unprepared. And then, as they say, there's a statistic that says, like, 80% or so. Is it 80%? I don't know. But, like, most businesses, they usually shut down within the first 5 years, right? And a part of me just wonders if the government has a little bit of something to do with it. But I could be wrong, right? You know, like, maybe they do have the best interest of us in their hearts. But anyways, guys, let's talk about it. Comment below with your thoughts and your opinions, right? Let us talk about it, you know? What do you guys think about this video? What do you think about this clip? Are you going to be happy with owning nothing? Give me your thoughts and your opinions down in the comments below. Smash that like, smash that subscribe. And until next time, peace.